Hey, it's Kurt here from Go For It Adventures. Thanks for joining me as today I go over my favorite treats at Pixar Fest. Now, I love going to Disneyland at any time, but I especially love going during the different seasons and festivals throughout the year because there are always new things to do or try that you can only experience during that particular event. One of my favorite parts about any of the festivals is the food. Disney is amazing at coming up with all kinds of different special menu items to make any seasonal event extra tasty. Pixar Fest is no exception. There are so many different menu items that it is easy to overindulge, and that is exactly what I did when we were there recently. I tend to be a bit of a sweet tooth, so in this video I am going to share my favorite sweet treats that I had at Pixar Fest. I was going to do a top 5 list originally, but I felt that there were 7 different treats that stood out for me, so I am doing my top 7 sweet treats list. So let's get started. First, a few honorable mentions. The churros that we tried were all very good, including the Junkyard Jamboree churro inspired by Cars, the multicolored churro inspired by Monsters Inc., and the Mr. Potato Head chip churro inspired by Toy Story. The Panda Apocalypse chocolate brownie cheesecake was also tasty, and the Coal Nut Whoopie cookie pie and the Jack Jack cookie Num Num shortbread cookie were good as well. So now, off to my top 7 list. My number 7 treat at Pixar Fest is the ice cream cone based off of Monsters Inc. from the Gibson Girl Ice Cream Parlor in Disneyland. It is a pistachio ice cream cone dipped in green chocolate with a white chocolate eye and 2 chocolate dipped almonds for horns. It was just so adorable, and I love pistachio ice cream, so naturally I just had to get this. My number 6 treat was the Gusto macaron inspired by Ratatouille from the Gusto's To Go food cart in California Adventure. This is a super cute macaron with a very tasty but very sweet creme brulee filling. That in and of itself would have made this a good macaron, but what really made this treat for me was the caramel center. It was so buttery smooth and tasty that I had to put this treat into my top 7. My number 5 treat was the Lotso Berry Lemonade inspired by Toy Story from the Troubadour Tavern in Disneyland. It was a very tasty strawberry lemonade topped with a wonderful sweet cream. But what put this one on the list for me was the addition of a frozen strawberry fruit pop instead of ice. It was so fun and tasty, and it was a good portion without the ice to dilute it. A tasty way to cool off. Number 4 was the Shake 2319, inspired by Monsters Inc. from Schmoozies in California Adventure. It's a vanilla, orange, guava, and pineapple shake topped with whipped cream, orange-colored coconut shavings, and an orange cone in a cup rimmed with white chocolate and yellow-colored sugar. It was smooth and creamy with great fruit flavors and was so cute and whimsical, the perfect treat on a hot day and big enough to share. My number 3 treat was the Sea Monster Friends Parfait inspired by Bruno, available at the Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe in Disneyland. It had a layer of graham cracker crumbs at the bottom, followed by layers of mascarpone cheesecake, berry blue gelatin, and blue chantilly, and topped with a blue chocolate disc with Luca on it. This one surprised me. I am not the biggest cheesecake fan in the world, but this was light and creamy with subtle flavors, and each layer worked perfectly together, mixing sweet, creamy, and fruity, plus the texture of the crumbs at the bottom. It was very good. My number 2 treat was the Racing Radial Cake, inspired by Cars from Flo's V8 Cafe in California Adventure. This treat was super cute. It looks like a white walled tire. It's a chocolate cake covered with a dark chocolate glaze filled with red cheesecake and topped with a white ring and silver hubcap. It was so rich and chocolatey with a smooth and creamy middle. It was fantastic, and I would get this every time I go to Flo's. And finally, my number 1 choice is the Pineapple Coconut Float inspired by lava at the Tropical Hideaway in Disneyland. I love Dole Whips. They are already one of my favorite treats at Disneyland, and this one has taken it to another level. It is your typical pineapple Dole Whip soft serve, floating in a blue pineapple coconut milk topped with strawberry syrup lava and a turtle gummy. This was so fantastic I couldn't get enough. A Dole Whip is already so good, but adding the blue pineapple coconut milk added this new smooth and creamy dimension to it. Plus the strawberry lava added a sweet contrast to the pineapple. Every bite was fantastic from first to last. This was by far my favorite treat at Pixar Fest and one of my favorite treats that I've ever had at Disneyland. Well, there you have it. That is my list of my favorite treats at Pixar Fest. There were so many great menu items at Pixar Fest this year, including treats, snacks, drinks, and even meals. I certainly overate while I was there, but I enjoyed every second of it. So, Please let me know what you think about my list and if you would add or change anything about it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video with me. I certainly enjoyed making it. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. Until we meet again, just remember, adventure awaits, so go for it.